I present to you guys Brango, a talk show that is young, current, and relatable. And we've been working extremely hard to bring to you just that. Brango, for those of you who don't know in the Grenadian tongue, means spicy gossip and old talk. The point of the show is to create a platform where Caribbean women, specifically Grenadian, can gather together and discuss topics that pertain to our generation. Topics vary every episode, and sometimes we even have specially invited guests. The ladies are already out back, getting their Brango on, so let's join them.
Stephanie, how's your summer been?
Great.
I could imagine.
I've been able to just relax, enjoy the weather, enjoy spending time with my son.
I hear that.
I've been able to focus on my writing. My book, Dear Black Man, has been doing really well.
I got it.
Still need to get my copy.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I have one for you. I'll autograph it and everything.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Empowered Stilettos, though, it's been doing really well. Actually, like surpassed my expectations.
Nice.
The workshops and the empowerment events.
Right.
They've been doing really well with that.
Nice.
And I'm working on my children's book, Chocolatey Brown.
Busy.
Yes.
Okay.
Noreen's daughter, Soleil, was one of the Chocolatey Brown.
Oh,
yes.
she's
Yeah.
adorable.
She did a really good job.
I
Nice.
love the illustration.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Really
you
nice.
so much.
Yeah.
The publishing should be complete about sometime this fall.
Okay.
So I'm really excited about getting that out and into different schools
Nice.
with lesson plans and
Right.
things like
Yeah.
that. So I'm really
That's a
excited
good idea.
and just happy that I've been able to use the summer to relax and enjoy my time before the
Relax.
I hear that.
Yes, relax. What happened, Noreen? You don't get to relax?
No,
Why?
no. I mean, baby's first year.
Okay, that's
it's
right.
rough.
That's
It's
just
tough.
happening.
Yeah. Found out I was pregnant right after my mom passed away, so it's been a difficult transition. Yeah. And then just getting used to the first year in general is really hard. You get used to one thing, like you have one routine down packed, and then all of a sudden something else happens.
Right.
You
You
switch
have
it
to-
up.
yeah.
And, it's definitely a lot. It's a work in progress.
Learning
but,
experience.
Exactly.
for sure.
Learning experience. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how am I going to have time to work on my first book.
Yes,
Writing
which
a
I can
book.
definitely help you with.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a compilation of inspirational quotes and messages.
Nice.
So that's due to come out hopefully in beginning of next year.
Okay.
Oh,
I know.
that's
but
really soon.
it is. But I have a goal and I'm gonna stick to it.
Right. And I
And
can
that's
help
exactly
you,
how you have to do it.
skip over a lot of mistakes that I made.
Oh,
so you have to
good.
make that
I'm
Right.
looking forward to that. Yeah.
Are you working
So-
any less? Because I know the fashion industry is no joke.
Less.
Mm.
I think I'm working more.
That's what I think.
Yeah. I think, between the big baby and the little baby and working full time and getting used to a new career, it's,
Right.
so I switched my career to apparel production from fashion design. And I thought it was going to be less busy than design.
Right.
It's crazy.
Oh,
it's
God.
busy, it's a lot of long hours. But again, it's a work in progress and I definitely feel like I'm getting there. It's definitely not a relaxing summer. Yeah, but it's eventful. It's eventful.
Oh,
Yeah. But what about you, Miss? I just graduated.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I just graduated with my master's in public health.
Oh, okay.
I'm studying for the MCAT
And
right
she's
now.
saying it so nonchalantly.
I'm deciding between medical school and doing a PhD in biostats. I'm gonna make that decision next year.
Dr. Belfon.
Yeah, it's gonna be a doctor either way.
Nice. I hear
Yeah, I
that.
just don't know which one I want to do yet for sure. And I'm also working at NYU Langone Medical Center.
Okay,
in
what
the
do you do
week.
there?
Neuroscience research. We focus on autism.
Nice.
Yeah, so I do a bunch of behavioral tests with my myces.
Oh, God. Now I know why you looked at me. Let me tell
Yes,
y'all.
I did look at you.
2 years ago, Sandy her mice died. All her mice drowned.
But why you saying that
And
with a smile?
Because she had no empathy.
I
Is
see.
why.
Listen, Kizzi cried. Okay?
I did not cry. I was
She was
saddened.
crying, and she was extremely sad because her mice died. And
I
all I'm
was.
thinking,
Huge deal.
it is huge. Yeah. But in my head, I'm like, okay, imagining the mice like
And that was funny too.
like trying to like
That
escape
was
the water
funny,
as it's like,
right.
oh my
That's
god,
smiling.
no,
Okay.
it was hilarious at the
Yeah.
I do
moment.
see how it could be funny.
Just
No,
that,
no,
just that.
think
I
about it. They were
understand.
all in cages locked there,
God.
and they drowned.
Wow.
They had no control. That is very sad to me.
No, I completely
No, but
understand. I swear,
you know what
I
was sad too was I set back a lot of the PhD
Oh,
students.
yeah.
Yeah, because even my line, I'm not a PhD student, but my line of mice, we took a year and a half just to replenish it. You know,
Yeah.
we just started back.
And then the
Yeah.
research
Years
starts over.
of research.
Right.
Years.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Years
So
gone.
it definitely halted things for a while, but you know we're good now.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Shade.
let's move on. Let's move on because I can't deal with Marisa, right? But what about you?
Oh, Jesus.
You do every single thing under the sun.
Everything.
Well, a little bit of here, a little there.
Mhm.
But you guys know I just left my job as a counselor with the YMCA.
Yes.
I was working at a school in Harlem. And it was extremely hard for me to like decide to actually leave because the bond that me and my students had were
Right, I understand
amazing.
that.
Like
Right.
they taught me so much, and then I taught them so much. So it was really amazing. But I really wanted to just focus on myself and my goals and what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I recently got my license as a real estate agent.
Yeah.
So that's like major, and I'm
Congratulations.
completely excited about that. So that's my full-time job right
So I
now.
know who to come to when I'm ready to buy my house.
Yes, Lord. You better. So yeah, that takes up all the time.
Right.
Honestly, you're never not working. You're
Right.
constantly trying to get leads, and you're trying to get listings, and you have to be
On
moving
it.
with the clock.
Yeah.
Right.
So
because
am
if you're not on it, someone else.
Am I
is
gonna see your $1
do it.
million listing?
$1 million listing? That's the plan.
Okay.
That sounds
Okay.
good.
All right.
Speaking
Let me get a
of-
cameo.
That sounds good. That would be wonderful. Maybe I can
Speaking
have
of
my own
existence.
show. Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
So that's going, and then I'm trying to build my Soga Aerobics company, which is Jab Fitness. So I'm just trying to figure out exactly how to build it to make it completely successful.
You have to brand yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely. So
Yeah.
take
It's
your
such a
time
good
to
class.
develop it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just pulling in people and all that stuff.
I'm
So
just waiting for
learning
Soka
the
yoga
ropes.
or Reggae yoga or
Soka
some
yoga.
yoga.
That's
Something.
so nice.
Yeah, I'm trying
Something.
to get instructors for different things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's going, and then the show, which is amazing, and I'm
Yeah.
completely excited about it. I'm so happy that
As are we.
You said what?
I said as are we.
Yes.
Yeah.
Andre.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's going right now.
Nice.
All
I'm
right.
excited about it.
But you know, Marisa, I still feel like even though we do a lot, we have a lot on our plate, we still have it easier than these two. Cause I don't know how y'all do it with y'all kids, husbands,
Right.
Yeah.
I would say that it's definitely difficult to balance everything. Like I have to make sure my son's needs are met. I have to make sure my needs are met. My obligation to my job is complete. The responsibility for my business is taken care of. So it is definitely difficult to balance everything. But I do find that I don't think it's possible that everything will get an equal amount of time. Something is going to suffer.
Right.
But it's important to just delegate your time and your responsibility as much as you can. Exactly. So, with me, I explained to my son, Mommy's not going to be able to play with you this time because I have to make sure I finish writing this chapter.
Yeah.
Or I'm not going to write anything today. I'm going to dedicate all my time to Ryan because he needs me. So
Right.
it's definitely important to balance in that sense.
So
Schedule
it.
Exactly, schedule it. I have to
Yeah.
definitely, I don't know if it works for you, but setting up a schedule, I write
Definitely,
everything down.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
So I
have to do
think
with my
I think for me it's like really just prioritizing a sleep schedule, especially for Soleil.
Okay.
She goes to bed at 7:30. 7:30 she's like,
Really?
good night.
She's
Yeah.
good like that?
Yes,
Oh,
that
that's
girl is
lovely.
asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely try to use that time. Like as soon as I put her down, I'm like dishes, laundry,
Yeah. You're
book.
always making
Does she
baby
actually
Yeah.
stick to it? Does
She
her?
does. She really
Well, that's
does.
good.
Unless
That's
it's like overstimulation, something's going on in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every other
That's
time,
really good.
yeah, she goes straight to sleep. 7:30, 8 o'clock, she's asleep.
Yeah,
And I
that's
use
good.
that time too, and just like you said, I write today, I do laundry today, I
Right.
do house cleaning today,
Yeah.
but you really have to prioritize that time or else you just get lost. You get lost
Right.
in your way, you know?
I'm
And
listening because you're probably thinking
Yes.
about mommy.
Yes, I'm
right.
taking it all in.
Yeah.
I think next year will be the year for me.
Okay.
But I'm definitely excited. I feel like my purpose is to be a mom.
I say that all the time. Like, I was put on this earth to be a mother.
I definitely feel that way. So
You saw her face?
No.
She's like,
No, I have a question for y'all because y'all made me think about
wait, did y'all see her face?
I did. I saw it.
You grilled me.
You're not trying to have a baby, is it?
I mean, I don't know, but I want to know from you guys, if you had to choose between career and family, you couldn't have both.
Right.
Which would you choose?
Family. Hands down.
Hands down.
That's an
It's
easy
that
question.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I feel like, what is all the hard work and dedication for?
What is
For
it
you to
for?
be there for your family, for you to provide, that stability, for you to leave a legacy.
Yes.
So everything we do is for our family.
For you to
But I can
lead someone
understand your
else
point
to
of view.
impact.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way per se. I've always wanted, everything that I've wanted out of life has always been career. I want X,
Yeah.
Y, Z,
I understand.
career-wise. I never felt, I can't wait to be a mom. I can't wait to have a family. I never had
I
those moments
agree
really.
with you as well, because I do think it's important to lay down that foundation. So, you are thinking, I want to be able to do this, and I want to get this degree, and I want to be able to get this career, because eventually you want to have a family and you want them to see what you've done, your kids to see what you've done, and, be able to
So
see
you don't have moments where you think, I don't think I want to be a mom.
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah, I've never
That's
had
me 70% of the time.
Yeah,
Wow,
I think
70%. That's a large percentage.
70%.
Yeah.
Maybe something might change, but I feel like I
Right.
can definitely identify with you. Before I had Soleil, I could never imagine having a baby. I couldn't imagine being married. I always thought of myself as, being the go-getter. But then I found someone I loved. I settled down. And then I found out I was pregnant. But let me tell you, when I found out I was pregnant, I fell out. I bawled. I was like devastated. It was, it was a lot going on at the time.
Right,
It was
that's
a lot.
true,
It
yeah.
was a really
Definitely.
crazy. The
It was a great time for
timing,
you.
the timing. But things happen for a reason. And she's
you have to look at
definitely,
it that
she's
way.
absolutely a blessing. Sometimes I think to myself, I don't know how I would have gotten through that year. I probably would have fallen so many times if I didn't know that I had someone to think about and someone to take care of, but I feel like I was like you, I didn't imagine it, but I'm here and I couldn't imagine it any other way. It's so cliche to say, but I could not imagine my life without my daughter.
I think I would share the same feelings.
Yeah.
Recently I was looking at this interview with the CEO of Pepsi, who's a woman, and she was talking about not being able to have it all, and you just try to cope. She's not a good mom all the time. But she accepts that.
Right. Something
She's
sacrifices.
She accepts it. Yeah. And she
Yeah.
said, you just have to build these mechanisms to allow you to balance.
Right.
But, I don't know if I want to settle for that.
Settle.
Ooh.
Settle.
Wait.
Dum.
Settle. I know that's a bad word.
You say settle?
No,
Stop looking at me like
No,
that.
because I'm like,
Like that's such a bad word to
it's
use.
not.
Right,
Yes.
No, not maybe, but I just want to be great at whatever I do.
Okay.
Maybe it's a perfectionist in me. I want to be a great mom. I don't want to have to say, sometimes I'm not a great mom. Sometimes I don't have enough time.
I think
Sometimes
that's the reality, though.
You're human.
No? Right.
Sure, but
Because
maybe
you're
it's
not-
Not
always
her
my
personality. Her personality, her reality is
Maybe it's not going to be
she's going to be good at
Kizzi,
whatever
I'm
she's
telling
doing.
you,
Yeah.
We'll see.
yes, I agree.
Yeah.
And, to your point, I felt like that. I didn't want to not be good at something. But that's the beauty of children. They teach you so much.
Right.
And one of the lessons that Soleil's taught me is you can't do everything.
Right.
And you can't do everything
There's no book for
perfectly.
mommyhood.
You can
So
do everything.
can't do it.
You can't do it perfectly. And you
right.
have to find your way in between it. It's that's just the beauty of it. It's using a journey.
Control freak.
Right.
It's a reality for me, but I think that I do speak for our generation a little bit because research is showing that women from our generation are waiting longer to have kids.
Right.
Many
That's
more are
Makes
deciding
sense.
not to have kids at all. And actually, more men are choosing fatherhood over career. So it's like this
Right.
is interesting.
really
That is
strange
true.
twist
I
that's
understand
happening.
the waiting, especially for women. Well, for college-educated people in general.
Yeah.
But we got to keep in mind that by 32 or 35, your
Yeah.
eggs are like...
Yeah, that's a difficult
So,
thing too.
yeah.
Because when you're
wanna
supposed to be getting really good at your career,
Right.
it sort of stinks.
Yeah,
Really
and that's what
good.
happens.
Yeah.
Exactly. A lot of women in our generation, they're focusing on, their career and being Miss Independent, that whole movement. But for me, I don't want to be Miss Independent. I don't want to do it all on my own. If you look at it in that way, right, I don't want to do it by myself. I would rather have a partner and we build a foundation and a legacy, to leave behind. But some people are, a little selfish in their ways, and they want to do it, you know, for themselves, which I understand. Not to say you're a selfish person, but you're thinking self first.
No,
and that's okay to be self-serving first sometimes. It is okay to do
that might change.
Right.
It might change. In this moment, that's how I feel. I think I do have the support from my family, and I don't know, I don't really feel like I'm content with that.
Right.
But you
That's
know,
good.
I really, and as you say that, it just reminds me that I really feel like as women, we connect on so many different levels.
Ain't that the truth?
You know, and it's so important to sit down in settings like this so we can enlighten each other. We can talk about things. You know, we can Brango, and we can, you know, just really empower each other and teach and learn.
You could save yourself a lot of trouble sometimes by just going off of somebody else's experiences.
Yeah, because you think that you might be going through something by yourself, but you're not. You know, somebody else is going through it with you.
And that's exactly why I Brango, because I feel like your story is my story.
That's the truth. That's a good one. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Yes. It's amazing.
Brango.
It's great. You know, touching base all the time.
Yeah, it was nice catching up with y'all.
Yeah, it really was. But I have to get back to the baby, so.
All right now.